Aldon Smith, 49ers linebacker, defensive lineman, I should say, who was arrested last night, thrown in jail for, among other charges, vandalism, DUI, and hit and run. Today, the 49ers released him. It has been one hot mess for the 49ers this whole offseason. They lost, I think, as many as 7 players who either retired or were injured and will not play again, including some star players like Patrick Willis. They lost their head coach, Jim Harbaugh, who went to Michigan. They hired another guy who hasn't been wowing anybody in the way he presents himself, the head coach, Jim Tom Sula. And now the Aldon Smith thing. Is this going to be the worst team in the league this year? And how quickly have they fallen? I mean, this is a precipitous fall in a very short period of time.
They were in the Super Bowl 3 years ago.
Yeah.
This is a proud franchise over years. Joe Montana, the 4 Super Bowls. Bill Walsh, and what they have been able to do. Hall of Famers at 7 or 8 different positions. Charles Haley had been asked by the 49ers to mentor Aldon Smith. He has been arrested 5 times in 3 years.
Served a 9-game suspension last year for substance abuse and the personal conduct policy.
49ers have had 12 arrests during that period of time. He's been responsible for 5 of them. They have retirements for people who want to retire prematurely, fearful of
Chris Borland.
Concussions, players that feel like their time has passed and the 49ers' time has passed. The team in transition, they can't even get their grass field right. I'm sure you read that. They can't practice. They were inviting,
and that's where the Super Bowl is going to be.
They were inviting 20,000 fans by lottery to come to the stadium. And last year, Jim Harbaugh had, I'm not trying to switch it back away from Aldon Smith and what's going on there, but it's, you just brought it up, Super Bowl's going to be held there. You know, from the old days when I used to go out there for the 49ers and Cowboys, when they were the 2 best teams in the NFC, I would go to Candlestick Park and my shoes would go this far deep into the grass. I couldn't understand how players were playing on that swamp.
Because it was so swampy, yeah.
So they moved to Santa Clara, a new stadium. They are talking about trading out the grass 5 times this year. Jim Harbaugh last year, when they had a public practice there, pulled his team off and said, we're not practicing here. They're having the same problems this year. So this is a franchise that can't even get its grass right, much less its players. Aldon Smith needs help. He's gotten help. He's gotten help continuously. He's gone through rehabilitation. He's 25 years old. He needs to get his life straight before he can get his football straight. Here's another example. I hate to say it, but football's a reflection of society. It's another young man that's gotten a lot of money, gotten a lot of fame, and can't handle it. And that's been true in rock and roll. It's been true in Wall Street. It's been true in media. It's been true in football. It's been true in basketball. And unless he gets it turned around, 49ers have done the best job. Based on what I was told a few minutes ago, I saw a tape of him where he said, you know, it's my fault. I take responsibility. DUI wasn't involved. Whether it was or not, there are a couple other charges against him. He went in. The 49ers said this morning, we're going to support you. We're going to stand by him. Once they had a meeting with him, the general manager said he didn't take any of the blame. He said, the truth's going to come out. I'm not responsible for what happened. And that's when they said, okay, that's enough. And they cut him immediately. So he's gone from the 49ers. Now, someone wrote me, immediately tweeted to me, do you think the Cowboys will sign him? And it showed up on here also on our Bubble Blast that, you know, the Father Flanagan, that's old world, but Boys Town.
I'm going to throw this at you, and I know
the 49ers, just my final point, 49ers have become the new Raiders.
Good point.
The Raiders are cleaning up their act with Jack Del Rio.